This video shows how to get customer segment identifier information using three databases: CompSeg XLS, CompNames, and BoardX Unique Private XLS, and using the customer data instructions. So go ahead and download each one of these. I've already downloaded them to my computer, and we'll start by looking at the instructions. Here in the instructions file all the information that I'm going to walk you through in the video. So you can read it here for a quick reference guide if you need it. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to open that file named CompSeg and look, there's a customer name column. So let's take a look at this. Here's CompSeg and here's the customer name column. And here in this customer name column, you'll see sometimes it says that the customer's not reported. And if that's the case, you can just delete those. And then in other cases, you'll see something that looks like, let me find an example, look like this. Then it'll say 3 customers, and that you can delete as well. So if it looks like, here's another one, 2 customers, if you come to one that's not an actual company name, then you can just go ahead and delete it. So that's step 1. And then step 2, using that same CompSeg file, determine whether the customer is a public company or a private company. If it's public, put a 1 in the public column. If it's private, put a 1 in the private column. And then to determine that public or private information, you're going to need to follow these steps here. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is try to find the GBKey ticker and CUSIP for all of the named customers. So let's use Emerson as an example. There's this company, it's called Emerson EL in the file that we have here. And here we're going to go and see if we can find this particular company by looking in the customer names database that you've been sent. So we'll go up here and we'll Control F. And let's look for Emerson EL and see what we find. And here's an Emerson Electric. EMR is the ticker. Let's see if there's another one in here. Nope, that's the only one. That's the only Emerson EL. So let's assume then that we've found the right one. And we're going to copy the ticker, CUSIP, and CIK over into the CompSeg database. So here we go, is the ticker, CUSIP, and CIK. And we can go back to CompNames and we can grab the GBKey here. And you're welcome to move these columns around as you like, and put the GBKey right here. Now let's look and see if we can find out whether this is a public or a private company. So what you're going to do is you're going to come here to the SEC website, sec.gov/Edgar. And let's do a fast search and look for EMR, which is the ticker. And then here we have Emerson Electric, and the CIK matches the CIK that we have in our file already. So if it's in Edgar, we know that it's public, and we can go ahead and put a 1 here and a 0 here. Now, if, for example, you didn't find it in Edgar, then the second place you can look is you can go to Lexis Uni, which is you have at your university, and you can click company info here and look for company profile here, and then put in Emerson Electric. And Emerson Electric Company will come up here, and then we can click on it, and in this file, we'll be able to see it has a ticker and it's exchanged on NYSE. So this means that it's a public company. But if it were private, you would be able to find it here if you weren't able to find it on Edgar. And then there's just a lot of other identifying information here that might be useful in the future. Okay, so here we go back to our instructions. And you can see that we've done everything up to here. All right, and we've looked at comp names. We've found the ticker, GBKey, CUSIP, and CIK. We've gone to BoardX. Did we do that yet? No, let's go to Boardex. So we need to go to our Boardex file, and here we'll also look for Emerson Electric, and there's one right there. Are there any other ones? Nope, this is Emerson Electric Asia. This is Emerson Electric Canada. Okay, so it looks like our first one was the right one. And we're going to take this identifier right here, and we're going to paste it in to the CompSeg file under Boardex ID. Okay. So now we've completed all the to-dos here. We found an Edgar, we classified it as public or private, and we did the Boardex ID. Now, let's go to number 4. So in some cases, the name can't be confirmed through the comp names file. So in that case, we'll search for it in LexisNexis, or we'll search for it in Edgar. And I'll give you an example. Here is the example written out, but we're going to go over to, I'm going to find this company, this purchaser with the ticker GRST. Now, this company has customers like Simplast Food, Kroger, Safeway, GRT, AMPT, and Lucky. And so we're going to try to find the customer Lucky. First, let me take you over to Lexis Uni and show you why we need to do this. So if you come over here to Lexis Uni, you're going to see, when we look for Lucky, while we wait for Lucky, okay, there are more than 10,000 companies in financial company profiles that have the word Lucky in them. So clearly there are more than we can go through quickly. And it would be really hard to figure out which one belongs to the Lucky that's right here. So the way we're going to go about this is, first, we're going to go over here to the purchaser ticker, and this is right here. So we want to find the company that matches the line of business of the purchaser. So in order to do that, we need to figure out what line of business the purchaser is in. Here's the purchaser, GRST1, and here's their ticker. So we are going to go to Edgar, and it's not ticker, their CIK. Paste in their CIK and see if we can find out what this firm does. So this is Gristmill Company is the name of the company, and they're a sugar and confectionery products manufacturers. Right here is what they do. So we're going to look for a company that's in the food industry when we look for Lucky. We've already seen that we get far too many results in Nexis Uni, so let's try our hand looking for Lucky in Edgar. Okay, so in Edgar we have far fewer. These are just the public companies, far fewer. And some of these we know offhand are not going to be the right firm, like Lucky Brand Dungarees. This is a clothing manufacturer. Lucky Litter LLC is like it has to do with cats. Lucky Palace is probably a Chinese restaurant, is my guess. But if we go down here, and I've already been through these, so I know what the answer is, but you may have to click through several of these to figure out which one is the right one. If we click on Lucky Stores, LLC, and we open up one of these documents, it might give us some clues. So here we're able to see, oh, look, there's Safeway, there's Bonds Company, these are all grocery stores. Dominique's, Albertsons. Okay, so this looks like it's probably going to be the right company for us. Let's go back and take a look here at the CIK 1704899. We can put that into our database under CIK 1704899. And now we can use this to go to the comp names and look up by CIK 1704899. There we go. There's Lucky Stores. Now look, if we had gone through here before, we would, if we'd gone straight to comp names, we would have found Lucky Chance Mining, Lucky Lanes Inc., and Lucky Stores, and we would need to determine which one of these is the right one. So we already know that Lucky Stores is going to be the right one. So we'll take here and paste that in, and then we'll go back and get the GB key and put that in. Whoops, I did it wrong, so we'll have to go back and get it. There we go. And now since we found it on Edgar, we know it's public, so we can put a 1 there. And then we need to go find the BoardX ID. So let's look on BoardX. We're going to look for Lucky Stores, since that is the name we know to be correct. And there we go. Here's the correct, here's the BoardX ID right here. I'll copy that. Just make sure that there aren't any other ones that look like they're the right one. No. And we'll put that in here. So there we found Lucky. And then let's go back to our instructions. So I've shown you how to do A through E so far. Let's look at F. If after going through A through E, there are more than one public company, or at least one public company and one private company, and you can't narrow down which customer is the correct customer, then I want you to code that as unidentified in the unidentified column. So that would go right here. You'd put a 1 here if you can't identify which Lucky is the correct one. So remember, there are a lot of them. And if we can't identify the right one, then we're going to put unidentified there. And then going back to the instructions, looking at G, if after going through A through E, there's more than one private company but no public company, then you can code that as private. And again, that's just a 1 in that column. Okay, let's take one more example. So sometimes you have to do a little bit of research, because the way that the purchaser notes the customer is shorthand, or it's not maybe exactly what you would expect to see. So this is GRT AMPT. Now let's do a little bit of finding here, and let's first look for GRT AMPT and see if we find anything just the way it's written. No, but bet me GRT is shorthand for great. Let's see if we find anything. If we look for Great AMPT Company. Oh, look, the Great Atlantic Pacific Tea Company. Awesome. Well, that will enable us to go to Edgar or to Lexis Uni and find the GB key ticker, QSIP, and CIK. But also, we can go straight to our comp names, and we can look for Great A&P and see if that happens to be in here. Let's look for Great Atlantic. Okay, Great Atlantic Pacific Tea Company. There we go. So now here we have, without having to go anywhere else, our ticker, QSIP, and CIK. Now let's go to BoardX and see if we get lucky there too. Let's go for Great Atlantic, and there we go. BoardX has a unique board identifier for Great Atlantic, and we're going to take that and bring it and plop it down right here. Let's see. There's a ticker, so this is going to be a public company. Let's go to Edgar and find them here. The matching ticker symbol. Great Atlantic. Great Atlantic Pacific and Pacific Tea Company Inc. There we go. All right, it's on Edgar, so we know that it's public. We already had a pretty good idea that it was public anyway, because I had a ticker. And then you can go back and grab the GB key from comp names. So this should help you be able to go through this data. If you need to reach me, you can talk to me at tfrost2016@fau.edu, or obviously you can reach out to Professor Bhandari. Thank you so much for doing this, and feel free to ask me any questions as you come up with them. Thanks so much.